Jeremiah chapter 38. And Shephatiah son of Mattan, and Gedaliah son of Pashhur, and Jucal son of Shelemiah, and Pashhur son of Malchiah, hear the words that Jeremiah is speaking to all the people, saying, Thus said Yahweh, He who is remaining in this city dies by sword, by famine, and by pestilence. And he who is going forth to the Chaldeans lives, and his soul has been to him for a prey, and he lives. Thus said Yahweh, This city is certainly given into the hand of the force of the king of Babylon, and he has captured it. And the heads say to the king, Now let this man be put to death, because that he is making feeble the hands of the men of war who are left in this city, and the hands of all the people, by speaking to them according to these words. For this man is not seeking for the peace of this people, but for its calamity. And King Zedekiah says, Behold, he is in your hand, for the king is not able to do anything against you. And they take Jeremiah and cast him into the pit of Malchiah, son of the king, that is in the court of the prison. And they send Jeremiah down with cords, and there is no water in the pit but mire, and Jeremiah sinks in the mire. And Ebed-Melech the Cushite, a eunuch who is in the king's house, hears that they have put Jeremiah into the pit, and the king is sitting at the gate of Benjamin. And Ebed-Melech goes forth from the king's house and speaks to the king, saying, My lord, O king, these men have done evil in all that they have done to Jeremiah the prophet, whom they have cast into the pit, and he dies in this place because of the famine, for there is no more bread in the city. And the king commands Ebed-Melech the Cushite, saying, Take with you 30 men from here, and you have brought up Jeremiah the prophet from the pit before he dies. And Ebed-Melech takes the men with him, and enters the house of the king, to the place of the treasury, and takes there worn-out shreds of cloth and worn-out rags, and sends them by cords into the pit to Jeremiah. And Ebed-Melech the Cushite says to Jeremiah, Now put the worn-out pieces of cloth and rags under your arms at the place of the cords. And Jeremiah does so. And they draw Jeremiah out with the cords, and bring him up out of the pit, and Jeremiah dwells in the court of the prison. And King Zedekiah sends, and takes Jeremiah the prophet to him, to the third entrance that is in the house of Yahweh. And the king says to Jeremiah, I am asking you something. Do not hide anything from me. And Jeremiah says to Zedekiah, When I declare it to you, do you not surely put me to death? And when I counsel you, you do not listen to me. And King Zedekiah swears to Jeremiah in secret, saying, Yahweh lives, he who made this soul for us. I do not put you to death, nor give you into the hand of these men who are seeking your soul. And Jeremiah says to Zedekiah, Thus said Yahweh, God of hosts, God of Israel, If you certainly go forth to the heads of the king of Babylon, then your soul has lived, and this city is not burned with fire. Indeed, you have lived, you and your house. But if you do not go forth to the heads of the king of Babylon, then this city has been given into the hand of the Chaldeans, and they have burned it with fire, and you do not escape from their hand. And King Zedekiah says to Jeremiah, I am fearing the Jews who have fallen to the Chaldeans, lest they give me into their hand, and they have insulted me. And Jeremiah says, They do not give you up. Please, listen to the voice of Yahweh, to that which I am speaking to you, and it is well for you, and your soul lives. And if you are refusing to go forth, this is a thing that Yahweh has shown me, that behold, all the women who have been left in the house of the king of Judah are brought forth to the heads of the king of Babylon, and behold, they are saying, Persuaded you and prevailed against you have your allies. Your feet have sunk into mire. They have been turned backward. And all your wives and your sons are brought forth to the Chaldeans, and you do not escape from their hand, for you are caught by the hand of the king of Babylon, and this city is burnt with fire. And Zedekiah says to Jeremiah, Let no man know of these words, and you do not die. And when the heads hear that I have spoken with you, and they have come to you and have said to you, Now declare to us what you spoke to the king, do not hide it from us, and we do not put you to death, and what the king spoke to you. Then you have said to them, I am causing my supplication to fall before the king, not to cause me to return to the house of Jonathan, to die there. And all the heads come to Jeremiah and ask him, and he declares to them according to all these words that the king commanded. And they keep silent from him, for the matter was not heard. And Jeremiah dwells in the court of the prison until the day that Jerusalem has been captured, and he was there when Jerusalem was captured.